Look at this is Sluggos. We just got done eating, and my sister. There she is. So she said something that was really interesting. I want to continue this conversation, and this is about her fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
And I really think we need to have a fibromyalgia discovery week because I never understood what fibromyalgia was. I didn't understand how debilitating it is, and then I keep meeting these people who have this condition, and they get really misdiagnosed by the medical establishment. They're told that they're crazy.
Yeah.
They
Doctors don't recognize it. I was just very blessed that as soon as I went in, my doctor,
yeah.
I just found him, right? And he just knew by all my symptoms. He's like, "You got fibromyalgia."
And she was been sick for a long time, like years, and she finds this one doctor.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. I mean, but he wanted me to go to a neurologist, and I'm like, I don't need to go to a neurologist any further because, I mean, what are they going to do? There's no testing for fibromyalgia. There's none. But I did a lot of research on YouTube, a lot. I watched a lot of doctors that know it, all about it. And they can help people too by going to lifestyle centers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So they had a place out in Lake Tahoe, 2 doctors too as well. And they do the same thing. They do an assessment on you to see how bad it is. And then they come up with a plan for 6 months to a year for you to like live on all natural stuff. And, you know, like they say, you know, that all that gabapentin and stuff like that just, it helps like minimal,
Yeah.
but it's not, but
Got to get off the meds.
you know, and then they were saying about like the root where it comes from, and they were very interesting. And I can find the link, and Stacy can, you know,
Yeah.
put it on her thing when I
look
find
at the
it.
description box. We'll see
Yeah.
if we can get that.
And there's a lot of doctors, and all the doctors are saying it stems from your brain. So right, it comes from your brains because you're like everything goes together, but
Oh, yeah.
it comes from trauma in a person's life.
This is interesting. Listen
Yeah,
to this.
trauma.
'Cause
It
I didn't
comes-
know this. Even as a nurse, I didn't know this.
Yeah, so anything, it can start from childhood trauma or, you know, anything that you had trauma in your life. And sometimes being sick, like, you know, I have my foot, my complex
Yeah.
regional pain syndrome. That could offset my fibromyalgia because everything is connected.
Yeah.
All
That's
my
how our bodies
nerves
and
are all
God
connected and
designed
everything.
us to be treated
Yes.
holistically,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as parts and pieces. That's the
Yes.
problem with the healthcare system. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
Go ahead.
And you know, that I was just reading like the comments. The comments is what was so sad. All these people, I feel bad because they've lived like their entire life with fibromyalgia. And some people, I will share this just because some people can't afford to go lifestyle center, but these lifestyles like what Stacy's doing and this lady down in Florida is very affordable, right?
Yes.
Very, very.
Yes.
And it would be the best way. But another thing that people were doing that they got rid of their fibromyalgia was doing keto, but doing it vegetarian keto, and all their symptoms went away. But
Well, that's
you got to
yeah.
remember, it's just like doing the
raw,
yeah,
and
it's the
lost
same
milk,
thing. It's your vegetables, you know,
Yes.
and getting away from processed food and drinking plenty of water. You know, your body needs to replenish itself. Water, you know, your body is made up
Yeah.
of so much water. But
Yeah.
it was it. But the comments were so sad. I mean, there's hundreds of comments that I read that were long and how they're a prisoner and they can't work and you can't get disability for it. But it's
terrible.
they're trapped because it felt like with me, like somebody took a baseball bat and beat my arms with it, or like when you work out and your arms hurt so bad, like literally you have trigger points, and everywhere I was trying to like lay on the ground and fix my washer, or my it was my washer, and I couldn't. It felt like I had like this big weld, and my legs. I was just going to tell you how it started was my leg. I thought I have lipomas in my arms, right? You know, they don't hurt, but I have one in my leg here, and what it felt like was I was getting lipomas everywhere on my legs. I felt like I had millions of lumps everywhere. And then it would go on this leg, and it got so bad that I couldn't touch my legs. I didn't want to put my clothes on. When I was walking, it hurt, you know, sleeping, and then it went into my buttocks and then my stomach. So when I was sleeping at night, I couldn't get comfortable. Anywhere I turned, I tried to turn, and then it would hurt. And I'm like, this is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know how people can live like this and live 20 years like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel so bad
yeah.
that people have to live
It's so
like
sad.
that.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
there's no reason.
And there isn't.
And the healthcare system is keeping people sick.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
There are no answers.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
if you're watching this and you've had all these symptoms and this, and you don't need a diagnosis.
Right.
This belief that you need a diagnosis in order to treat.
Yeah.
No, we have the
No.
treatment.
Yeah, you do.
We've got the treatment. You don't
Right.
need a diagnosis. We just know
Yes.
that you're sick and you need the 8 laws of health, and you
Yeah.
need to get into one of these home-centered lifestyle centers.
Now, obviously, fibromyalgia, it could be something you can carry for the rest of your life, but if you can minimize that with diet and exercise, that's your biggest keys there. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to get flare-ups, because you will get flare-ups, and they can be bad, but at least you know how to deal with it, and you know that you got to train your brain to get out, walk, exercise. You have to push yourself. You have to have the willpower to say, I'm not surrendering to this. I'm not allowing it to consume my life anymore. I'm not going to let it take me. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, with any kind of disease, cancer.
Yeah.
You know, there's the people that say, okay, I have cancer and I'm going to continue smoking and I'm happy and I'm going to eat all the stuff that I want and I'm okay dying. And then those are the people that are the fighters, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to beat this. You know, God's going to perform a miracle on me, and I'm going to get rid of this. You know, the stories that were at Wildwood, like the guy Robert, he's the chaplain.
Yeah. Got an
He had-
incredible story.
Yeah. He had a very rare cancer that was incurable, and they said, you have 8 months to live, start to prepare to die.
Yep.
And he's like, no.
He's a young man.
Yeah. He's 40 now, 42 or something like that. But, you know, he went to all these lifestyle centers. He didn't just go to one. He went to like at least 4. So, and I think when you have cancer, you know, because it's so dangerous, like, you know, it's life-threatening and terminal, right, they say. So, but like with him, he didn't give up. He kept going, going and going. And, you know, God answered his prayers to help him to be able to go. So he didn't have to pay. Because, you know, he don't have no money.
Yeah, he's a missionary.
He's from, what, Africa or Dominican Republic? Somewhere.
Yeah,
He's from Africa,
Jamaica.
I think. Jamaica.
He's from Jamaica. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
you
he's
know,
from Jamaica.
Yeah, it was Jamaica. So God will open that door for you. You know, a lot of people that were at the Lifestyle Center, all the guests, they had their church pay for them to come. You know, now Wildwood is expensive, right?
Yeah,
you know,
Wildwood is ridiculous.
very, very,
It's
very
ridiculous.
expensive.
Yeah, it's sad.
I mean, there's
And
nowhere in my lifetime I would ever be able to come with that
Right.
money, right?
And that's why, you can get churches, but that's why these home-based lifestyle centers.
That's what you want to turn to.
This is the movement now.
Right.
So stay connected to us.
Yeah,
Because,
especially with Stacy, because she's got the connections to the people that are going to be doing this to people, and it's all about saving people's lives and getting rid of reversing their disease, right? You know, because diabetes can be reversed too. You know,
Easy.
I mean, or
Diabetes
it can
easy.
be, you can lessen everything, get off your insulin, your metformin, and all that. So, but you know, you have to just pray about it. You know, you have to keep that faith.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So cool. She's like a spokesperson, isn't she? So, but that's why I wanted to talk to her. And
We're gonna go for our digestive walk.
Oh yeah, we gotta go. We just got done eating, so we're gonna go for a
And walk.
digestive walk.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to film my sister while I'm here, so she can fill you in on how she's been trapped with this fibromyalgia.
My legs are hurting today.
And you don't have to be. Like she says, she have flare-ups, but there's hope. There's hope. So we want to bring you that hope in all these things. So, and our greatest hope is obviously in our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So, all right. Say goodbye.
Bye. God bless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Okay, awesome.